to this April 3rd weekly webinar, Tapping into Tags to Differentiate Students. My name is Rachel Cox. I'm on the support to training team here at JMC. I've been with JMC for a little over a year. I come to JMC from the college classroom. I spent 10 years there teaching college writing and humanities classes, and then I spent a few years as an administrator at a Catholic elementary school. Today we're going to be talking about tags, JMC's solution for identifying students. Did you know you can assign tags to individual students to help your team identify them across your school's entire JMC toolkit? In this can't miss webinar, learn tips on tailoring tags, managing tag names, and assigning them, all from the comfort of JMC Office. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we will address questions between each section in the webinar. We'll start with defining tags. JMC Office offers the flexibility to create unique tags, allowing you to organize students with specialized schedules or belonging to specific learner groups, such as advanced learners or those with college schedules. These tags serve as a valuable tool for identifying students across various JMC portals and modules, including attendance, lists, and the message center. Customize your student groups according to your school's requirements by creating custom tags and applying them to the relevant students. You'll start by naming your tag, so navigate to File, Administrator Options from the district level in JMC Office and click the Manage Student Tags link in the Tag Settings box to begin identifying your tags. Step 1, enter a name for the tag in the appropriate field and click the Add Tag button to add a new tag to your list of tags. So if you've got a new tag you're trying to create, you'll want to put it right up here in this box and then click Add Tag. The other thing that you can do is you can edit an existing tag. So if you click the Edit button next to an existing tag, you can update the name for that tag. Step 3, if you are editing an existing tag, once you have the name looking the way that you want it, you can click this update link here to save your changes or the cancel link to discard them. Also optional, you can click the delete link next to a tag to remove the tag from your list. But as I'll show you in the live look, you can't delete a tag that's currently in use on student records. So I'll show you what it looks like if you accidentally try to delete a tag that's in use. Step 5, you can click the print button to print a hard copy of your tag list or click the export button to save that list as a CSV file. So we'll take a live look here at defining tags. So from your JMC Office homepage, you will come to File, Administrator Options, and you do want to make sure that you're at the district level, and then you'll see this tag settings here, manage tags. You've got the list of existing tags, and you can create a new tag here. Maybe I want half day preschool, and I'm going to add that tag, and maybe I want to edit it so that it's capitalized like all the rest of them on my list. I can go ahead and fix my capitalization here and then update it to save those changes. And like I said, if you try to delete a tag that's currently in use, you'll get this pop-up saying that the data's already been updated by another user, or the tag is still in use in student records. So it'll just kind of highlight here letting you know you can't delete that tag. It's already being in use. So I'm going to edit here and update to remove that red highlights box. So that is how you would define tags, add new tags, edit the tags that are already existing on your list. And it does not look like we have any questions on defining tags, so we will move ahead, and next we'll talk about assigning tags to students. Assigning a tag to a student in JMC Office enables seamless identification across various JMC modules or portals, allowing users to distinguish students with unique circumstances effectively. Use the View Student Data page to find a student who needs to be assigned a tag, select the appropriate tag, and save the student record to quickly and easily identify the selected student across various JMC portals and modules. Log into JMC Office and head to the View Student Data page to assign a tag to a student. Step 1, select the student to be edited by entering the name of the student in the Find field and click the General tab. Step 2, select the appropriate tag from the tag drop-down list to associate the tag with the student. So find the right student, make sure you're on the General tab, and then select the tag you want associated with that student. Not seeing the tag you want, manage your list of tags from the district level by going to File, Administrator Options, and clicking the Manage Student Tags link. Step 3, click the Save button to save your changes. So we'll take a live look here at assigning tags to students. All right, so I'm going to come back here to this tab. I'm going to go to View Student Data. I am going to search for the student that I want. So I am going to actually narrow down my search. I'm going to come to 12th graders because I know that one of my tags is PSEO learner, and I might have several students in 12th grade who are going to be PSEO learners this year. So as you can see, Keisha is already one. I'm going to come ahead here and see if I can find, here we go. Jeff is not listed as a PSEO learner right now. I'm going to go ahead and tag his record. He's now listed as a PSEO learner, so I just have to go ahead and hit save to add that tag to his record. Alternatively, you can add tags to more than one student at a time. If you want to come to edit and mass change fields, this allows you to change specific fields for students on the View Student Data page. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you go to the View Student Data page, the mass change fields allows you to change some of these specific fields for an entire grade level or an entire group of students all at once. I'll show you how you can do that with tags here. So what I want to change are tags, students tag, and I select the tag that I want. So if I want Monday, Tuesday learners, whatever that might be, here's that whole list that we already defined. So I'm going to come to my half-day preschool, and I am going to narrow this down. So I want to look at all those grade 0. That'll give me everyone who is in a grade 0 group here, and maybe I know which of these students here are half-day students, and I can select more than one, so either hitting Control or Command depending on what type of computer you're using. So maybe these are all of my half-day learners, and I'm going to go ahead and select them here, and then automatically the tags have been created for all of those students. So rather than one by one, if you do have an instance where you know a tag is going to apply to several students, you can come to this mass change fields and apply a tag to several students all at once. All right, do we have any questions on applying tags to students? Let me take a look here. And it does not appear that we have any questions, so we'll keep on moving. We'll look at the ways that you can use tags in JMC. So we'll start by looking at ways that you can use tags in JMC Teacher. Tags in JMC Teacher are a handy way of narrowing the range of students displayed on your list view in the Scores gradebook and in classroom attendance. Customize your view to include all students in a course or to only include students who are tagged with a certain label to quickly access specific student groups when entering scores or taking attendance. So use tags in your gradebook. Under assignment scores, you can narrow the range of students listed in your gradebook by course and tag. So once you're here, scores and assignment scores in JMC Teacher, select the appropriate class, and then you've got your tags here. Any tags that apply to any of your students will show up in this list, and then you can narrow down who you'll see in the gradebook. And we'll take a look at that in a live look too in just a moment. Attendance, you can enter attendance, narrowing the range of students by class and tag when taking attendance. So if you have some students who only show up Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, especially if they're PSEO learners, you might not have them every day. You can narrow down your attendance by tag as well. And we'll look at some ways that you can use tags in JMC Office. Using tags is an excellent method to streamline communication and generate reports for specific groups of students in JMC Office. You can send messages to primary contacts and students by tag via the Message Center and generate reports, including tagged students, using the Student List feature. So you can filter message recipients by tag. So in the Message Center, you can come in here, select that you want a message by tag. You can narrow down which tag that you're using then and send a message to the students associated with that tag, their contacts, or students and contacts all at once. Generating lists. In the attendance module, the student list feature empowers you to generate reports utilizing all student data in JMC, including tags. This feature allows you to narrow the range of students included in the report by a specific tag, enabling you to drill down the specific data you wish to see. So we'll take a live look at using tags in JMC. Okay, so I'm going to come I'm actually going to start here in JMC Teacher. So I'll start here from the home page. Okay, I'm going to come to Scores, Assignment Scores, and I'm going to choose a class here. I'm going to stick with my first grade math. And in this class, maybe I have a few advanced learners. So maybe these students have some different assignments and I want to look at that on my gradebook. So I've got 3 students here that have this advanced learner tag. So I can narrow down my gradebook to look at just those students who have that tag associated with them. And then the same is true when I come to classroom attendance, enter attendance. I have the day selected, the appropriate course, and then I can choose a tag here. And again, just my students who are advanced learners will show up. So that is how you can use tags in JMC Teacher. And we'll take a look at a couple ways that you can use tags in JMC Office. So we'll start here by going to the Message Center. So Message Center, send message, and I want to filter my recipients here by tag. So I'm going to select by tag if I was to email them, and then I select the tag that I want. So maybe I want to look at those half-day preschoolers that we were just associating those tags with, and I can, email the primary contact. In this case, I probably wouldn't email students if they're preschoolers, and then once I click OK, I would see how many contacts were being sent that message. The other way we can look at those student lists, so if we come to attendance, student lists, and maybe I want to create a birthday list for those preschool students. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to select name, and I'm going to select birthday, and I'm going to select, I got to come down to general here and scroll down until I get to tag. And so that's what will show up here on my list. And who do I want to include in my report? I want my active students, but I'm going to identify the tag that I want included. So scrolling down here to tag, and I want half day preschool, and I better make sure that I actually spell half correctly. If I click OK, I'm going to preview my report. And here we go. So I have those 4 students that we assigned our tag to. I have their birthdays, and then I have that tag as well. So handy way to create birthday lists if you have those, different preschool groups identified by tag. If you have PSEO learners, if you want to know who's supposed to be in the high school and who's allowed to not be on the high school during certain hours when they might be at the local college. So these lists are a great way. Sorting by tag in your list is a great way to keep track of those students who might have, those outlier schedules, or who might be advanced learners, or however you want to use it. Tags were often used during the pandemic to identify online students or hybrid schedules, but there's a lot of applications for tags outside of that. So if you have students who are in a specific work-based learning program and you need to identify them to be able to send communication directly to them, I mean, these are just a lot of great ways that you can use tags to identify those students who have different components to their schedules. So we'll see here if we've got any questions about tags at this point, and it looks like we do have one question about whether or not multiple tags can be applied to a single student. And actually right now you can only add 1 tag to a student. So if I try to choose multiple tags, it doesn't let me, but that would be a great thing to include in a feature request. So if you come up here and click on submit a feature request, you could request being able to apply multiple tags to a student. So that would be a great idea to share with our developers. And other than that, it does not look like we have any additional questions on tags. So we just had kind of a short and sweet webinar today, but we will wrap things up with JMC news and upcoming events. Next week, we will have the Minnesota MCCC EdFi reporting webinar. So this will be an information session here on April 9th. You'll have get all of the tools you need to prepare your data for that MCCC Ed5 reporting. So if you haven't yet, sign up for that webinar. So you get all the tools you need here in this info session, and you can start applying that to your database. And then in 2 weeks, you can join for this Minnesota MCCC Ed5 work session. So as you have any questions that arise while you're preparing your data, you can bring them to this work session and get them answered by our JMC team. On the 10th, we are going to look at connecting contacts in JMC. The third week of April, we're going to help you prepare for back to school online registration, and we'll have an In Case You Missed It webinar discussing the features of JMC's collaboration tools. The fourth week of April, like I said, we've got that MCCC Ed5 work session and an In Case You Missed It webinar that covers utilizing the features of JMC's refreshed new family enrollment portal. Kicking off May, we're going to be looking at Nebraska end of year state reporting. And we've got our teacher conference scheduling tool. It is a great resource if you are scheduling parent-teacher conferences. With JMC's Teacher Conference Scheduler, teachers can block off time slots, giving families a crystal clear view into their availability and the power to set up all their teacher conferences from one place. If you're interested, you can request the module by emailing sales@jmcinc.com. And we have our summer conferences coming up quick. Who's ready for summer break? Let's kick off the fun at Summer Conference in Minnesota on June 18th and Iowa on June 20th, where JMC will treat your team to sizzling games, prizes, food, fully loaded swag bags, and JMC innovations. To top it off, speaker Joe Beckman will stop by with his guitar for feel-good tunes and a talk on why human connection matters. Did we mention the school who sends the most attendees to the conference will win a piping hot pizza party for their entire building? You can grab your tickets today. And you can play with scheduling in the JMC Sandbox. Want to experiment with scheduling without dirtying up your live data? Enter the JMC Sandbox. Our training video will show you how to use a JMC Sandbox site to think outside the box with schedule building. You can dig into this JMC innovation over on YouTube. And we have 2 new reasons to cheer: JMC's Gate and General Store. From streamlining event admission to an easy way to sell, track, and report on school merch via your own virtual store, these portals will help boost school community engagement. Stay tuned for the fall launch. And on behalf of myself and everyone here at JMC, thank you for attending this webinar, and thank you for choosing JMC.